No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today we got one of the hottest up and coming artists out of Florida right now. My guy, Hotboii. How you feeling?
What's up? Feeling good.
Feeling good, feeling great. You just rolled up probably one of the biggest doinks I ever seen get rolled on this podcast.
Yeah. I was trying to say, not that you've seen in your life though.
Nah, well, no, I've seen bigger ones, but they were all like ones that people rolled like to make a big blunt, like to make a scene, like, oh, so we could take some photos, so we rolled this huge blunt.
Yeah. Now I do this a lot though, actually.
But that's a backwood? That's two backwoods put together, or that's just one wood?
Nah, this a grab leaf.
Oh, okay. What'd you need the woods for then?
I didn't need them.
Oh, I gave you one. You took at least one.
Yeah, I did. It's just the, what's it called?
Oh, you patched it up?
Yeah, it was one little hole right there.
Oh, shit. Okay. Respect.
Yes,
I respect a man who's serious about his blunts.
yeah, you gotta make sure that bitch smoking.
That's one thing I noticed about you, like spending time on your social media and everything. I'm like, this man is always A, smoking a blunt, and B, hitting the liquor out the bottle.
Yeah. I don't even no cup me.
Does that like become kind of a signature, or am I the first person who pointed that out, that you're always chugging liquor out the bottle?
Nah, that's a signature thing.
Okay.
Like even Moneybag Yo, when I did a video with him, he like, oh, I heard Henny like water to you. I'm like, dang, how you know that? Like what everybody be saying.
Is Henny your preferred beverage?
It used to be though, but like, lately I just realized like, Hennessy is just like, it made my stomach hurt or something.
Really?
Yeah. So I'd be like, I switched to like what, Casamigos or something.
That's
like
the
that.
hot shit now, huh? People be drinking tequila to get over their Hennessy addiction.
Yeah, nah, not really. Cause sometimes I still drink Hennessy. Like, I just like the taste, but I don't like the feeling it give you when you wake up in the morning.
You think it tastes like a purple popsicle?
Nah, it tastes like water.
I know a rapper who said that, and I've been thinking about it ever since.
Hennessy tastes like that.
Like a purple popsicle. Shout out RXK nephew. He put me onto that.
What?
Henny tasting like a purple popsicle.
It don't taste like that.
What would you say it tastes like?
It tastes like some vanilla type flavor to me. That's why it's so good. Like, it tastes like vanilla or something.
Right. Do you remember your first time drinking as a kid?
Yeah, I was like a jit. I ain't drink alcohol though. It was like, you know, them little wine coolers or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was like young. I ain't had no business doing that shit either. I was young, like probably I say like 5 or 7 or something.
Damn.
Not the whole thing though, just like a little bit. Like my mama she'd drink them. She'd like leave something, like leave it.
Your mama let you hit it?
Nah, she ain't know.
Oh, she didn't notice.
Nah, she ain't know.
I got that memory of like my dad like let me taste a beer when I was a kid and just being like, what the fuck are you thinking? This is nasty as hell.
Nah, beer is nasty though.
You don't fuck with beer at all?
Nah.
Beer's got to be like the least popular liquid in rap music.
Nah, people, I really don't know nobody that drink that, but people drink beer though.
White people, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, you ever see rappers talk about drinking a beer? I don't see it.
Nah, beer nasty.
Like, you know what really stood out to me when I was watching fucking the Last Dance about Michael Jordan and shit?
Yeah.
And they showed Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all them just drinking beer backstage
No,
at a game.
That. I thought that's like some sports shit, like after you win a championship or something.
Yeah, no, I think they were just doing it. Like, they didn't want a championship or anything. They just were just chilling, drinking beers, wearing suits, just wanting to enjoy a beer, which makes no sense to me.
That's crazy. Nah, some people drink that though.
Yeah. But do you feel like you kind of like elevated and got money in your life, so now you got to drink expensive alcohol?
Nah, Casamigos is cheap.
Is it? Yeah. I figured it was expensive because I would see like people drinking it and showing it off.
Everybody drink that.
Yeah, but I mean, really, Hennessy is not that cheap too.
Nah, it's like 35 a bottle, like 32 or something like that. It's like 35 a bottle, like 32 or something.
Right, but compared to like plastic bottle vodka from the liquor store, that shit is like kind of expensive.
Yeah, you get what you pay for though.
Yeah, I've drank like the worst vodka on the shelf. It's fucking disgusting.
What's the worst vodka?
I don't know. It's like got a name that you would never even remember because it's not meant to be remembered. But that shit is fucking nasty, my guy.
That's why I stick with a couple of liquors I drink. I don't even. I feel like Casamigo is a girl drink though, like it's for females.
That's kind of good though, right?
And Patron too.
There's really no reason to drink besides to impress girls, right?
Nah. I don't even think about females when I drink. See me, I ain't no alcoholic, but like I drink alcohol, like and it have me feeling like good sometimes.
Right.
But every time me just like I be like, I don't know. Like it like probably like make me like more alert and stuff. Even though I do be alert, but it's just like sometimes it make me feel good. You feel me? Just be wild.
So you're not alcoholic, but would you say that you're addicted to weed?
No, I ain't addicted to nothing.
Really? When's the last time you went like more than a day or even a day without smoking weed though?
I always do that.
You do? You take time off?
Yeah, especially from drinking too. Like, I slow down.
Really?
Really from drinking, but weed, as long as I went probably like a whole week. I ain't buy no weed. Stayed in the house all day. I mean, that whole week, stayed in the house just so I wouldn't, like I ain't have to leave for nothing. Like my mama was cooking and stuff. I eat some noodles, packed noodles, something like that. Stay in the house all day, vibing, writing, stuff like that. Had a studio at the house.
See, anytime I'm stuck in the crib, that's the number one thing I want to do is smoke weed. As long as your surroundings are going to be familiar, you got to make sure that your brain has some titillation, you know? But when I had COVID, I didn't smoke for a whole week.
Why?
Because I was just fucked up. I was just like laying around in bed, just not really like, I had no motivation to do anything. The last thing I wanted to do was like do something that like, I felt like my throat was in danger. Like if I smoked, like something bad was going to happen.
Nah, I think I had corona before.
You did?
I don't know.
I look at people who got it and didn't have bad symptoms, and I'm kind of like in awe of them because I had it. I was already vaccinated, and I got it, and it wasn't that bad, but it still was pretty fucking bad.
So you was already vaccinated?
Yeah.
So that don't work?
It works. It just made the symptoms a lot less. Because like my girl got it right when I got it too, but her symptoms were like infinitely worse.
Yeah.
She was fucking, she lost her sense of taste for hella long. And all
Yeah,
that.
that's what happened to me. Like I lost my taste, my smell. And like every weed tasted the same. Every weed smelled the same.
Really?
Yeah, it got to the point I'm like, dang, bro, everybody got the same weed.
That's a nightmare.
Then when it wore off, it's like, dang.
You gotta switch it up.
Yeah, that junk was crazy.
Tell me about your young days of growing up in Orlando. You know, I grew up in New Hampshire, and so we would always drive down to Orlando to go on vacation and stuff. Meanwhile, Hotboii's out here growing up in Orlando, just doing shit.
Around what time that was? I was probably, I don't know.
Yeah, realistically, when I was going there, you were probably like
Not
still
born.
inside
Yeah,
your
not
parents'
born.
bodies.
I thought you was talking about recently. But not growing up in the what's the question?
Just tell me a little bit about growing up in Orlando, man. You've seen a version of it that I definitely ain't seen.
Yeah, it's just like typical area, like you know, like other places, like my mom, single parent, stuff like that. It's like the basics. Same thing. Stayed in the hood. Ain't have it like that. Like stuff like that.
But people think that Orlando's like this super nice place, right? Because of Disney and all that shit.
Yeah. But now that just show that they ain't really been nowhere in L. Like they ain't really go nowhere.
Right.
They probably just went to the little tourist side. Cause you know we got every city got like a little tourist side. So in O it's like a little tourist side.
This is a little bit more well known.
Yeah, cause people go over there for it to have fun.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody gonna come to the O, they not gonna come to just vibe. They come to have fun and all the fun stuff over there.
Right.
Like all the stuff to do, the water parks and all that.
It's like a party city too, right? There's like hella clubs and bars and shit.
Yeah.
You ever really get to interact with most of that, or is that not really your thing?
Nah, it ain't really my thing. I don't be clubbing like that.
Really?
Even before I was a rapper.
Not even now? I feel like you'd be able to A, get paid to pull up, and B, get treated like a fucking king.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you want to be in that situation?
I feel like it's better stuff to do than going to the club. It's great to go to the club sometimes though, but like not like you said, it's a party city. You don't be trying to just party 24/7.
Right. Makes sense. So what kind of kid were you growing up?
I was always outside.
Yeah.
Like, always wanted to go do stuff with my friends and stuff. Just always outside, come home late. My mom used to be snapping on. I was just outside kid. Adventurous too, like always trying to see new stuff or like, I don't know. Just outside kid.
Did you think, like, I feel like to be a rapper, you have to really kind of like believe that you're special and that you have something to offer to the world that they're not already getting.
Yeah.
Did you have any of that confidence when you were a young man? Like you felt like you were special, or did it take you a long time to figure that out?
I ain't gonna lie. Like, okay. That's kind of like a hard question to ask because I ain't start rapping when I first, well, I wasn't putting out music when I first started rapping. So it's like, I've been writing stuff or like playing around with it. But it's like, I knew, because people would tell me, but it was like, I ain't start rapping yet until like years later. So it's like, I know I'm gonna do this, but I wanna be sure, like I'm gonna perfect my craft in it first. Because people was telling me the whole time, like, oh, why you ain't dropping this? Why you ain't doing da-da-da? But it's like I'm perfecting my craft until I feel like, okay, boom, now I got something to offer different. Like, at first it was just like, okay, I wanna just stand out, like I wanna be, so I'm working towards that.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like the kind of person that might have had like the personality where people thought that you had like the personality to be a rapper even before the music was like fully formed. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. I knew that too though. I knew that too. It's just like, I don't know, probably like a personality thing.
Right. But so when would you say that you actually started like working on rapping if you didn't want to like come out right away? Which I agree is like a mistake that a lot of people make, is that a lot of people realistically, they should probably make music for like 5 years and then put a song out. And instead they make one song, put it out immediately, and the shit is garbage. And
yeah, see, no, with me though, it was like I was so young though. Like I started like probably playing around with this rap stuff like the age of 7. So it's like, of course I wasn't consistent at the age of 7, but I started getting consistent with it like around, I see like 12 and stuff. It was like around the time like we was like homeless type shit. So it's like I used to just be writing all day, like, or like this is how I used to do when I was a kid. I like, okay, boom, let's say I got this song that I like, right? It ain't gonna be no big artist though. It's gonna be like somebody from the O. So boom, I go find a beat. Boom, they did it on. Then I like use they flow kinda, but like switch it up, and like learn how to like play with it, like type shit. Play with this like music wise, not with they flow, but like learn how to play just like with music and beats and different shit like that. So that's how I used to do it.
But I think that makes a lot of sense because like in reality, when you're first starting, it's not like important that you be like super creative yet. It's just important that you be able to, you know, rap on beat, do various flows, be able to hold it down, you know? And so it's like, if you can like perform somebody else's song and then start taking it and twisting the flow a little bit and changing little things and stuff, then that could actually give you like a good blueprint to start from. I think you're right.
Yeah, that's how I did it though. I wasn't ready to release music anyway.
Were you wilding as a young kid? You know, we definitely read about Hotboii being out there as an adult. Were you wilding out as a young kid?
Nah, I was just always me, you know. Gas. But now though, I was just vibing as a jit, you know. Everybody get into a little trouble though as a jit though. You know?
Like what? Because you got locked up pretty young too, right?
Nah, I was like 15.
Still pretty young.
Yeah.
But you got locked up for how long?
I was in there for 2 years. I was in the program.
And what was that arrest for?
My arrest?
Yeah.
VOP.
Huh?
A VOP.
What's that? Violation of probation. Okay, but what were you on probation for in the first place?
I don't even know. I can't even remember.
Can't remember. You smoked too much weed.
Nah, I wouldn't even talk about that though.
It's too crazy.
Nah, it's because I got little stuff going on though. So I wouldn't even get him like nothing to like.
Are you stressed right now?
Nah.
Don't really, because I mean, you read about shit with you in the news and shit, or like watch YouTube videos, and sometimes it makes it sound like, oh, Hotboi's in some crazy ass situation, but are you walking around feeling like you got all this stress on your shoulders?
Nah, you ain't supposed to feel like that anyways, though.
Yeah.
Even if you ain't supposed to show it anyways.
Well, there's so many rappers that I know who have that on lock, where they'll have a crazy ass case or such and such hanging over their head, and they are just out here having a good time and not really acting like they're worried about it. I'm the opposite of that. If I knew I had to go to court for some shit, I'm gonna be fucking pins and needles. I'm gonna be nervous as fuck thinking about it.
Nah, I don't be nervous though.
You can't live like that.
Like what?
Just being on edge, worried about the future.
Nah, cause I feel like it'll start to rub off on people that I'm around. Start to rub off like it just be like a vibe, energy thing type shit.
Yeah.
You know how they say stay around people with bad energy, like it'll rub off on me. So they be like, then it's like it's too much stuff going on to where like people need me, so I can't be like, if I be worried all day, it's gonna be like, okay, then I'm gonna end up being stressed, then I'm gonna end up being aggravated. Let's say somebody calling me about something, I'm gonna just be aggravated, they need something, Yeah, I just be like,
Yeah, because you're in an interesting position where you have like a lot of people dependent on you at this point. Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Not even just your family and shit. You got all these people here right now who are clearly like very invested in making sure that your career goes in the right direction.
Yeah, it's just, you know how life goes, you know how the music goes. Like, you know what come with it and stuff.
Right. How's that feel though? That like, does that make you make decisions differently? Like thinking about the fact that if you do some hothead shit,
of course,
that it's not just gonna bother you. It's not just gonna be you. It's like, oh, there might be like, you know, all these other people whose jobs fucked up.
Yeah.
All these other people that ain't getting money or ain't able to do their thing because you might have made a crazy decision at some point. Is that like a lot of pressure?
Yeah. It ain't even about that though. It's like okay, it's just, and this position that I'm in, this not like no position. I just you wake up in it. You feel me?
Right.
Like it's like this not no. This don't happen all the time. So it's like you gotta know what you got, and you just can't get tricked out of what you got.
Definitely. Okay, so back to when you were younger, you were fucking with rap. You clearly had some potential. Then how do you actually start taking it more serious, or how do you take the next step?
Like from when though? From
when you were like real young. Like when did you first start to go viral or get any kind of popularity?
I never used to go viral until I started rapping. I ain't never used to go viral. And I was in Orlando, so it's like viral is not like viral. I don't know. Viral is like, I feel like viral, it got to be more than one city like involved. Not just your city. That's not viral. That's local.
But now we're like looking at Florida, like, you know, there's all these new rappers coming up out of Florida. So we're used to looking at Florida now, like, oh, yeah, this guy's popping out of Orlando, then he might be one of the next biggest rappers.
Yeah. See, with Florida, you say used to, now you can't really get used to Florida because it's always gonna be like some different stuff coming out, or like a different type of flow, or a different type of rap, or a different type of look, or something coming out of Florida.
Right.
So it's like a mystery type shit. Like.
And we talk about it like it's a little city, when in reality it's one of the biggest states. There's a million different little cities full of different hoods and different people and different
everything.
You love it? Like when you think about Florida, like is there a part of you that feels like you can never leave?
Leave is like that's the wrong word to use. Like leave mean like slide, like leave. Like nah, I'm gonna leave y'all. That's like shift or like live somewhere else.
Yeah. Like could you ever imagine? Because that was one thing that I was really surprised to realize when I was interviewing Ace and Fulio. Is like, oh, y'all both don't live there.
Yeah.
You guys both got the fuck out of there. That makes a lot of sense, but, you know, I was kind of surprised to realize that.
Nah, Florida, like, you can stay anywhere in Florida, really. Like, it's like, I don't know.
So if you left Orlando, you wouldn't go fully out of state?
Nah.
You just love it too
much?
Probably would, though.
I don't know. It's not like no thing, like I'm just stuck, like I don't know. I'm like, I love it there. Like it ain't no bad thing. Like, it's like, I like it there.
I guess you haven't really been famous for that long. You feel like if you keep blowing up and your career keeps going, that at some point you might be like, nah.
Nah, it don't matter how famous you get.
Oh yeah,
You just gotta know how to move though. Nah, for real, you gotta know how to move. You gotta know where to be.
yeah, but some places you don't have to worry about how you move. I've seen rappers move out of Florida where they were watching their back all the time, and then they're living in LA and they're walking around like everything's all good because none of the politics out there matters out here.
See,
And not just Florida, but every fucking state.
Nah,
Really.
what I'm saying though, if you know how to move though, you wouldn't have to do all that. If you know where to be.
Yeah, but that's a lot of pressure to really know how to move all the time, right?
Nah. See, you said Florida though. Orlando, see, yeah, that's different. But Florida, see, nah, that's too big.
I can't tell if you're not close enough. I feel like.
But nah, see, you talking about Florida. That's too big. Like you don't gotta. It ain't. I don't know. I don't. You just gotta know how to move. That's it.
I feel you. Do you think Florida should be its own country? Then you wouldn't have to listen to all of the rest of America's laws. I feel like Florida's already kind of making moves in that direction.
What? Being our own little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I feel like we definitely our own world though. Like we always got our own little stuff going on. Like if we go somewhere, like anywhere, like they gonna be like, y'all from Florida.
Oh yeah.
They don't say nothing else. Y'all from Florida, ain't it?
You ooze Florida.
Yeah,
You got all Florida energy.
That's in my look. It really be my accent to it. What they be saying.
Right.
But really, it be my look. Like that's all.
Well, I'll tell you this is that I never heard a president talk about a governor the way that I heard Biden talk about the governor of Florida because of his like COVID restrictions. And he said that, you're not allowed to make people wear a mask and all this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I heard Biden talk about him like he was talking about like, the leader of some country that he don't fuck with, which normally you don't see the president really beefing with his governors too much.
I don't even, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know nothing about none of that. But why they was, what happened?
There's this whole coronavirus, Basically, the governor of Florida is kind of a dickhead. Or, in some people's opinions, he probably did the right thing, but Biden wasn't a fan of it.
I don't know. I need to get into that stuff.
You probably don't. You think you need to be more into politics?
I don't know. Could be a good thing though.
It could be good, yeah. You should be like the mayor of Orlando one day.
Be the mayor right now.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be pretty young.
The youngest mayor of Orlando.
I mean, that's the title right there.
My next project. Youngest mayor of the O.
It makes sense to me. Okay, so when did your music start trying to pop off? I'm trying to figure out when you actually start getting like a good degree of success and people are really fucking with your music and shit.
Like around the age of like, I want to say 14.
Okay.
I ain't really put no music out till I was like 14, 15. And my first song was like, as soon as I dropped it, it went crazy throughout the whole O. So it's like, then I was like, oh yeah. And I just stayed consistent with it. Then that's when I had got locked up. When I locked up, my buzz like kind of went up some more. And I still have music, so I still was dropping. So, and then I went on a home pass, like where you could visit for like 2 days and go back. Then that mean you got like 2 months left or something like that.
So you be shooting videos and stuff while you were supposed to be locked up, or?
You talking about when I went on the home visit?
Yeah, like on the home visit, you were able to do like actual shit for your career and everything?
Yeah. I was recording, shot videos, did all that, and came back. And then they were just waiting for me. Then when I came out, I just same everything. Stayed with it, stayed consistent, stayed dropping everything.
Right.
So I kind of already knew like I was gonna be something already. Everybody already told me anyways.
Right. How do you feel like you started to take the step to like being less of just a Orlando artist and become more of like a, national artist? Like how did you kind of break out of that? There's like a lot of rappers who are just popping in Florida, right? That never really go outside of that.
I don't know. You can't think only. See, like how I did it. It was like, okay, I seen other artists out there, and like I seen the steps they took or whatever they did, and I learned from their mistakes. So I want to make those. So it's like, okay, boom. You can't have your mind only stuck on Orlando. Like it's never gonna. How you gonna get outside Orlando? How you got your mind only? I thought of Florida first. Okay, boom. I want the whole Florida. I don't want the whole Orlando. That's too small. So it's like I want the whole Florida right quick. So boom. Okay, get them. Now I want the whole U.S. Now I want the whole world. It's like go like that. Like you can't just and there's nothing you can't focus on like a lot of stuff that's going on in like where you at. You can't try to compete with this person, do this. Keep your mind up. You're gonna shoot past everything, all that was, you see what I'm saying? But I don't know.
No, I mean, you see that all the time where it's like you'll see, like if an artist starts to really get big and then they still seem like they're kind of like involved in the politics of where they came from and they're responding to some random ass rapper that they really should not be responding to and shit. I see that happen all the time. And I always will be like wondering like, why the fuck is he wasting his time on this?
Yeah. And it'd be like some situations be like, you gotta know your value. And you gotta know it's like, okay, not to do this. But like not to be around these people right here.
Yeah.
Like certain type of people, like you gotta know all that. Separate yourself.
Right. Have you had that problem? Where you had like people that used to be around all the time and you kind of had to stop being around them at a certain point to protect your career?
Yeah, it was like, cause it's like, all right. So it's like okay, let's say I'm my mind on elevation.
Right.
But okay, when we used to be da 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 da. You feel me? Just like stupid stuff. Okay, but okay, we older now. Niggas got kids. We got kids. So my mind on elevation, but your mind still on crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like and every time I come around you, I'm jeopardizing what I'm trying to get to. Every time I come around you, I'm jeopardizing it. So it's like now I gotta shake you, cause it's like you wouldn't care if, obviously you don't care if this fuck you up, but
right.
now you don't care if it fuck me up too. So it's like I gotta shake you. It's like can't even do that to myself.
Yeah, because it's like, just for example, like you'll have that one homie who is your friend from growing up. He's always down to ride, down for whatever. But then all of a sudden your career starts going good, and he's the dude who's backstage with you at the show, and the security guard bumped into him, so now he wants to fight the security guard, and he's tripping, and the whole thing gets fucked up because you got one friend that you fuck with and you love him, but he don't know how to act. Yeah. And he's acting like he's in some shitty little club or something, and you don't realize, like, no, I'm here to perform. Like, this is a business. Like, you need to fall in line. Like, have you had situations that are kind of comparable to that?
Yeah, a lot of situations. Like, you just gotta, I don't know. It's like certain people just probably don't never change. I don't know.
I mean, it's weird because you want everybody to grow with you, but in reality, the more shit that you go through, the more that you change, and the more everybody else kind of stays the same.
Yeah. Nah, you got something that's gonna elevate with you though. You got something that's definitely gonna elevate with you. But it's like you got them ones that's just like, I don't know, and I don't even think it be on purpose though. But they just don't. They just never see it. I don't know. I be thinking about that shit a lot though. Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you really want to be great, you have to be willing to leave a lot of shit behind at a certain point. Not necessarily like your relationships and shit.
But you gotta learn how to just like, I don't know, adapt to what you got going on now. Or adapt to what's best or what's better. Like.
Definitely.
It'd be the adapting part, I think, for people.
Right. Nah, yeah. 100%. So, okay. Your shit starts going up. Like, do you feel like you're like somebody that the whole neighborhood or like the people that you came up around, that they're looking at you now like you gotta become the man because you sort of are like a representative for your whole area, and your whole area hasn't necessarily had like a possibility like that you represent to the neighborhood and shit? Like, do you feel like you have that pressure on you now?
Like, what you mean by be the man? Like what? As in what?
I mean, like, okay, there's a lot of different places all over the country, Florida, etc., where it's like there's one famous rapper from there, and that legitimizes that whole area. Like I know hoods in LA that were nothing, totally irrelevant. Nobody ever talked about them. They get one rapper who pops off, all of a sudden they're in the conversation. Like people give a fuck about them, and it's oh he's from there, you know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there was a bit of that with you, where it's like all of a sudden there's like an extra degree of pressure on you because people want you to be that guy?
Nah. I don't feel like that.
The pressure's all pressure that you're putting on yourself?
Nah, I ain't gonna put pressure on myself though. I ain't gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel pressure. I would feel pressure if I was you, you know? Like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. Of course I ain't gonna jeopardize what I got going on. But look, I believe in like just God going, you feel me? If it's meant to be, it's gonna happen.
Really? You really believe that? So that gives you a lot of like confidence so you don't have to worry about your career. You just believe that however it happens is how it's supposed to happen?
Nah, I ain't gonna say I don't care. I ain't never say that. I'm just saying, God, you do what you do. You do what you do to the best of your ability, and God just gonna, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
I need God in my life, man. You gotta help me out. Take me to church or something.
You know, I don't be going to church though.
Really? What's your relationship with God like?
What you mean?
I don't know. How do you talk to him? I'm trying to figure out how to pray, man. You gotta put me on.
You just pray.
You just do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pray. Close your eyes. Pray. Pray before you go to sleep. Pray when you wake up. Pray before you eat. Just pray. I don't know. You could really just talk to God, right? Just like a regular conversation.
Let me ask you this. So when you were locked up, does your relationship with God become more intense, or does it seem more important when you're in like the worst place and you are not able to do any of the things that you want to do?
Yeah, most definitely. But it's like, can't think like that though. You gotta be like on some, you gotta be like, okay, even when you get out of this situation, you still gotta keep it up. But it do get more intense in that though. It do though. I can tell you that. Facts.
Do you learn a lot in there, or how did that change you as a person?
It made me like, I don't know, I just learned body language,
Really?
people, like, I don't know, I learned a lot of stuff. And for me being in there, I was so young, but it's like, I didn't hear from a lot of people. So that's like, that just made me like, how I am.
You said you didn't hear from a lot of people?
Yeah.
So that made you realize how fake a lot of the love that you thought you had was, or?
No, I just show you like, when you go in there, it's like, them people who was with you while you was in there, them the ones who like, cause bro, okay, why people be out here, they ain't thinking about what you going, but it be hell, like sometimes it be hell, like it be like, but people don't be thinking about that. So the people who do think about, take their time out your day, take time out their day, they hit you up or do this, check up on you, feel me, stuff like that. You gotta keep them in your back pocket. You gotta keep them. Them the best ones.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in that position where it's like I got somebody I really fuck with and they're locked up, and, you know, at first you're calling them and shit. And at a certain point, it's kind of like sometimes you just stop calling because you don't know what the fuck to say, you know? Because it's like sometimes you talk to people in prison and like they got nothing to talk about.
It do be like that sometimes.
You know? And you feel bad because you're like, damn, like I just did like 10 things this week that were fly as fuck that I'm happy about, that if I told you about, I would sound like I was just bragging. And then you meanwhile talking to them and it's like they ain't got nothing to talk about. Every day is the same.
Yeah, it do be like, see, my phone calls is like that too. I don't be caring sometimes. See, like sometimes I won't even call nobody sometimes. Cause it be like, man, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to, cause I was like, the more you think about it, I was like, your time, that's gonna slow your time down.
Right.
So I was on something like, okay, I don't want to talk to nobody. I talked to my mom, was like, that was really like the only person I was really trying to talk to.
Right.
But other than that, I'm just vibing. I ain't trying to talk to nobody. I ain't even talk to my mom every day.
Really?
I wasn't trying to think about the hours. I don't know, I just feel like it speeds your time up. Like, cause you thinking about the hours, you're like, damn, I'm supposed to be out there. I want to be out there. So I don't be trying to think about it.
So mentally, like, what do you keep reminding yourself of in that situation to like stay focused? Like, what helps you get through the day when you were in those positions?
I don't know, like the mail and shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I was writing. I was like,
So you think you got like a lot better at writing raps while you were in there because you just didn't have shit else to do?
yeah. But I don't know, because I really didn't have no beats and stuff. So it was like, everything was like, it was more stories to tell and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I was thinking that when I was thinking about your shit last night, is that like most rappers like get in the studio, they hear a beat, and they rap over the beat. And like being locked up and not even having heard a beat in weeks or months, I mean, that must be like really hard to get some like inspiration. You know, you could write poetry, but you can't write like a flow the way that you would when you just have a beat on, right?
That's why you just go with the flow. Then you see the first way you said it. That's them rapping on the beat.
Right.
That's them adjusting they words and they flow to the beat. When you already do this, when you already do it in there, you gotta adjust the beat. You adjust the beat. So it's really like the same thing. You just gotta find a hard beat with it.
But okay, let me get your thoughts on this. Like when I interviewed Draco the Ruler a little while ago, he was talking about how he was right. Like I don't think he wrote anything in prison, but he was talking about how, or maybe he did, but he said that he feels like you come home from prison and that you gotta like not rap about prison because it's too depressing. Motherfuckers don't want to hear it. They don't understand. Do you agree with that? Because like from my perspective, it's like, damn, you kind of went through like one of the craziest things that you can go through. I'm interested to hear about it, but then at the same time, I feel what he's saying, where probably people only want to hear about that so much.
See, you said it all at first, but so much probably, I don't know. But I don't feel like that, because it's like, it's you got to make music for all type of people. You can't just make music for these type of people. It's people that been through that, though. It's people that's like, you making a song about that, probably like, and then like with some, like in a motivative way, or like speaking like on like what you been through and stuff, that'll make them even feel more close to like, dang, I've been through that too. That'll make them like, yeah, I fuck with bro. Feel me? You can't. And then that's a story that gotta be told. Like, I feel like that's a story that gotta be told.
Hey, but you know what I heard on Instagram Live the other day? I heard you weren't really running shit. Like you might have been running your section, but you weren't really running shit. You know what I'm referring to? When you were with the Fly Soldier Kid on IG Live, and he started trying to press you, and you were laughing so hard. That shit was so funny, bro. You could not believe that he was trying to say that shit to you.
Who?
You seemed very like you didn't know what the fuck to say in that moment.
Who?
Okay, fair enough. Just in a more general sense, how would you feel if hypothetically somebody were to question how you were moving around in there after the fact? Like it just seemed like you were just so offended / like couldn't believe what you were hearing, hypothetically.
Who?
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What's your next question, though?
Well, I was wondering about the rose in your hair.
Oh yeah, that's my heart right there.
Really? That was the inspiration, or you just wanted to show that you had a heart?
Yeah, I do got a heart right now. That's what I mean.
Can you get a little closer on that? Yeah. So it's a symbol. It's like a symbol? Like it symbolizes your heart?
Nah.
Or is it more of like a style thing where you just like the way it looks?
Nah, I just put it in for right now.
Okay. How long has it been there?
Since earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Probably wouldn't want to keep it there for more than like a day or two.
I can't sleep with it. It's gonna die.
Hell yeah. Well, you put it in water at night? You ever think about trying any other kind of flowers?
Nah, it's my heart. That's why it's like that. It's that color. That's my heart right there.
I just feel like, you know, like hair dye, like everybody did it. It's kind of normal at this point.
Mine be like this for a little minute though.
Well, not with the rose, right?
Nah.
But I'm saying like there's a lot of different like hairstyles and hair dye jobs that we've seen. But there's like infinity flowers that motherfuckers are not putting in their hair. You're the first person I've seen with a rose, but like, I mean, wait till Tulip Gang pulls up. Then we gonna be really lit.
Nah, I don't know. I ain't think about all that when
I got big plans.
Yeah, I ain't do all that.
I feel it. What did I want to ask about? Oh yeah. I saw you on the Kodak album.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. That's like a big fucking cosign.
Yeah, before we at too.
How'd that end up happening?
I think he sent me that one. We was in the yo. He played this one. He like, I want you on this one.
You were in the studio with him?
Yeah.
For that one?
Yeah. Not for that song. He played it for me.
Oh, okay.
He was like, yeah, I want you on this one. And I did it like the next day, like a couple days.
How'd you end up getting in the studio in the first place? Was that through track?
Nah.
How'd you guys meet?
I mean, yeah, man.
How'd you meet him, like, and even get in the studio together in the first place?
I was just vibing.
Right. Did you feel like an additional level of pressure, given that he's kind of like, you know, as much as he's young, he's kind of like the biggest artist out of Florida, like, you know, especially for the street wave?
Yeah. What you mean? You said pressure? Like,
yeah, like I mean, you hopping on a song with him, like, were you putting more thought into your raps than?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You gotta come crazy with that boy. That boy gonna snap every time. You gotta come crazy.
Definitely. For sure. What about the song with Future? What was that vibe like? That must have been kind of crazy. You and Future and like 50 fucking girls.
Yeah, that shit was lit though. That shit was lit.
Right. How was it though, being around Future? You getting any kind of wisdom from him or anything like that?
Yeah, like you know, it's always room for adjusting or like learning something. Not adjusting, like learning, like room for growth and shit. So you just peep certain shit. But Future a GOAT, so you know, you definitely learn something from him.
Definitely. Who brought the girls? You or him?
Those video girls for the video.
See, I didn't know if you were gonna admit that or not.
Nah, them video girls.
Right. You didn't know any of them before that or whatever? It's like, that's like when you see that many girls in a video, you just know that like a lot of legwork had to go in to get all them hot girls to show up at the same time.
Nah.
Fair enough. How was Rolling Loud?
It was turn.
That was your first time doing a show on that level?
Yeah.
You can get a little bit closer in there. But what was the experience like? There's a lot of energy when we're performing to that many people, huh?
Yeah.
And in your home state?
It was turn. That was a good experience for me.
I mean, people thought that, you know, we thought you weren't going to be showing up because you had been in some issues legally prior to that. And then all of a sudden, boom, there you were.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, what else you got going on? Anything else we need to know about?
I'm finna drop soon.
You got another project dropping?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you switch up for this one? What's the plan?
Y'all gonna see. I'm just really perfecting my craft, standing in the yo every day. It's just like, I feel like I'm getting better as an artist. And I feel like I got some different stuff to show y'all. Like another type of high. My
Right.
fans and stuff, I gotta show them.
That's what's motivating you at this point? You want them to see the growth and see how serious you're taking this shit?
It always be about growth though. It always be about growth.
Definitely. Shit, okay. Anything else that we need to cover? Anything else that you want to get off your chest? You want to bare your soul to the camera real quick?
You said, huh?
Anything else you want to say to the audience out there?
Nah. What's the camera does?
Right there.
Oh. Nah.
Nothing you want to promote? You want to tell them to go do something, follow you? I don't know.
Go follow me Instagram. It's Hotboii438. Shout out 100K. Shout out EG. Need y'all to go follow all my boys. I'm finna drop soon. Y'all go check it out.
Go check it out. You heard the man. Hotboii. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit. Like, comment, subscribe. Patreon. OnlyFans. We on OnlyFans now.
Who?
No Jumper. You on OnlyFans? Fair enough. No Jumper. OnlyFans. Patreon. All that. Like, comment, subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Smoke some weed. Appreciate y'all.